Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's number one Spurs fan, bringing you a review of today's disastrous game, which was a must-win. Really, the final nail is in the coffin for top four. It's completely gone out the window. I'm just bringing you a review of the 2-2 game against Everton. To be honest with you, we probably won't be talking much about the game. It'll probably be more about Mourinho, Enic, the players, the situation surrounding the club. And I'm joined here today by Danny Kiriakou and Will Stewart. Danny, how are you keeping, man?
Shit, mate. Fucking shit, honestly. There's no way to describe it, mate. It's a joke. We're a laughing stock to everyone on the planet. We're just everything. I mean, when we've got a bloody Dulux taking the piss out of us, our own sponsors on the same day. I mean, it just goes, it just runs through the whole club at the moment, from the board all the way to the top, because this is just, it's the way our mentality is, the way our ethos is, it runs from the top down all the way to the players, all the way to the staff, everything. And yeah, it's just, at the moment it's just like, if Kane is injured for that final, I don't even want to think about it, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's the last bit of salvation for this season. Even though it's been a disgrace of a season, if we can win a cup, it's still a cup. It's still going to be something to have a memory, and stuff like that, and to have a good sort of week of good feelings for once this season. And then that's the only salvation for this season now.
No, 100%. I agree with you. Will, how are you keeping?
You know, I'm up. I'm awake. I'm here. It's been a horrible afternoon, but
yeah. No, look, in fairness, you put in a super shift today. Super shift.
You really have.
Posted the watch on Matt Hayes' channel. You know what I mean? Help me out on the pre-match pump up by coming on. You know, he's here again now, and then he has his own stream. Putting in a super shift, Will, today. Absolutely brilliant, man.
You're putting in that same shift, man. You've been on the pump up for all of that stuff, so.
Yeah. That's true. But look, no, fair play to you, Will. You have a family and everything else. You know what I mean? But look, guys. First thing is first. Look, make sure you smash a like on the stream. Make sure you smash a subscribe on the channel if you're new. And look, get your super chats in. They really do help the channel grow as well. You know what I mean? And if the chat does get busy, because this is a trial thing, I just want to see what the numbers are like and stuff like that. And this is more so for my followers on Will's side of the pond going at this time. And look, also, you know, grab a channel membership, because I will be doing a fan show tomorrow. No doubt it's going to be a long one. So, you know what I mean? Grab your membership, come on and have a conversation. I want to welcome a few people to the building as well. We have Rooting, Shooting, Putin. Love the name. We've got Lily White Lane. He says, streaming at 1 a.m. again, David. You're mad. No, look, with Lily White Lane, I can't sleep. Spurs are on my mind, and they've just pissed me off. Rooting, Shooting. He says, hi, David. You're the best. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, man. Joe Sarker says, Josie in. To be honest with you, Joe, I'm going to get onto that in a minute. I'm going to let you know my thoughts on that. Tottenham Teacher says, David, splits only today, mate. For me, I've said too much. No, look, you know, you're hurting. Look, whatever takes away the pain at this stage, my man, whatever it is, could be a lot worse things you're on. So, you know what I mean? But put down them splits, lads, and get the super chats in. That's what I say to you, lad. Tottenham Teacher, he says, or drink, whatever the vice. Damn you, Spurs, 100%. Fully agree with that, my man. Mr. Edwardson says, the Irish Hotspur, hey, David, bit disappointed that you've joined the Josie out dark side now. Look, Mr. Edwardson, I will be touching on that. He's still Josie in. Joe Sarker's still Josie in. Mr. Edwardson says, unless footballers who belong in League Two are out. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. The Mountie, he says, Josie must go at the end of the season as this team is playing awful. Just don't enjoy watching our club play anymore. It's heartbreaking. Mountie, that is a fair point, my man. Joe Sarker again, he says, yeah, keep the snakes and kick Josie out. Good logic. Mr. Edwardson says, it's the footballers. They couldn't find a white shirt in the entire team. Was crammed into a phone box. Fair point. He says, this is why Tottenham will remain shit. Blame the manager every time. Joe Norfield, big up Joe, by the way, says, Joe, yes, I'm a big Lloris fan, but that was out of order. Yeah, no, 100% we'll be touching on that. Shamu Van Spurs says, woeful, pathetic, embarrassing, shambolic. See you next Tuesdays. Bar Harry Kane, just leave. Feel sorry for this lad. No, 100%, you know. Feel sorry for him. We'll be touching on that. Anthony Gray, give everything for the League Cup final. Yeah, I'm old school. Message to the players, message to our supporters. No, Anthony Gray, I do have a message to send out to every Spurs fan at the end of the stream. Yes, love the late show. Keep me going at work. Big up in the middle. Appreciate that. Dan N says, heads up. He says, let's stay positive for the cup. No, look, 100%. Like I said, I have a message to send out at the end, Dan N. Carl Simpson says, what the F? What the lineup? My God, so shit. Fair point. James Watson says, what's up? Big up, James Watson. William McKenzie, big up. The three of us, big up yourself, William. Trying to remember, of course. Matt Hayes, thank you so much there. You three for your help on my channel today. The stream brought my channel to 1 million views. Big up, Matty Hayes. All I can say to you, Matty, is look,
love you, Matt.
You fully deserve it. And that's why you got the whole Tottenham family behind you, my man. You know what I mean? You've been nothing but nice to everybody. And you fully deserve it. And there's big things coming. Big things coming, Matty. You know that. Mr. Edwardson says, shame Harry's header couldn't have crept in. But hey-ho, was pure skill. And to get it that close anyhow. Yeah, no, 100%. So just touch on my A's. Look, you know, big up to the likes of Will, Danny, Bob, and everybody else. Brian Daigle, you know, at the start who carried that for the first while. And it was brilliant. They done mad numbers as well. Mark Shepard, can you cure my Spurs depression, guys? We're going to try. We're going to try. Emily Dunn says, keep the heads up, lads. No, look, the head, I'll always keep my head up. Everybody knows that, you know, but sometimes this club can get to you. Dawson237 says, I was watching the post-match show. I loved your message, David, about pulling the whole fan base together for the cup final against Man City. No, thank you, Dawson. I appreciate that, man. And like I said, I do have that a message. Brian C says, fair play, lads, on another tough day. Yeah, no, it's a tough day, Brian. Me and you were talking already. Big yourself up. Alex says, can I come on? Look, Alex, I actually do want to get in contact with you. I want to speak to you about doing something with you. So stay by the phone. Hopefully you're around this week. Tommy G says, Tommy G is in the building. Pete from the Lane says, come on, you Spurs. Russ Vernon, yo, David, Danny Will. Love the content. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Adam Phillips says, if Chelsea win Champions League and Arsenal win Europa, the 4 won't qualify for Champions League. Yep. And Jack Northfield, Enic have to go, have a big priority change, or need to get out. Simple as that. 100%. Bob Spurs says, yo, you got a link, buddy. And then Alex Davies, can you get me on? Alex, I'll have to come out of the stream in order to send it to you on Facebook. If you have Twitter, let me know. Will, do you want to send Bob Spurs on the link and let him on?
I can send it to him. I'll send it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, if you have Twitter, put your Twitter handle in so we can send it to you on Twitter. If not, man, I can't because I'll have to come out the stream to send it to you. And Tottenham Away is in the building. Big up Tottenham Away. And Mark Shepard says we need to get together as a fan base. That cup final is very important. No, it is. It is. Massive, well, lads, massive. I just want to say, look, to be honest with you, I honestly can't back the manager anymore. I've thrown my full weight, my full support behind it. I'm behind him. And I really wanted it to work out. But honestly, when I see Pogba's interview today, it affected our team selection. All of a sudden, when he's talking about players being outcasted, all of a sudden, Toby Alderweireld and Moussa Sissoko are back in the team. So that clearly had an effect on team selection today. And honestly, I just can't see a way forward with him now anymore, to be honest. I don't know where we go. Look, I'm not fully Josie out. Like, you know, come the summer, if there is money and stuff like that. Like, for me, I still think maybe 1 year a roll of the dice is probably the quickest solution out of this. If we can get it right this summer. If not, we're in for a long, painful time. But it's come to a point where Jose is probably now adding to the problems. Like, I do believe up until, you know, maybe this week, that he has tried absolutely everything he can with this team, formation-wise, bringing loads of players in and out. Like, he doesn't trust the players anymore. The players doesn't trust him anymore. And we're just a club with no direction. And like I said, when I see the likes of Sky Sports' campaign there, with the Pogba interview, they played last night. All of a sudden, Pogba interview comes out today about Jose Mourinho. And no coincidence, we're playing tonight. And then all of a sudden, the team selection is what it is. And for me, look, Jose isn't the main problem at this club. Let's not make any mistake about this, guys. He's nowhere near the main problem at this club. The board have to take responsibility for all of this, what's going on. And I've always maintained, Jose in or Jose out. like, no matter what, Josie in or Josie out, once he goes, like, he's actually doing the board a favour by deflating the fan base. Once he goes, everyone's focusing on Enic. And I just think today, with the formation, with all of a sudden bringing in Toby Alderweireld and Sissoko and stuff like that, I myself thought I was kind of like, this is last chance, this is do or die, trying to get a reaction before the cup final, and it just hasn't come. And it's the final, like I said, it's the final nail in top four. Danny, do you want to have a say?
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for us. Like I said, the only thing I think that we're going to do this season, if we've got a slight chance, and the only hope we've got to have, not even a fairly decent, just something that we can actually just cheer about and have a memory like that's going to last for until at least the end of the season, is to win that League Cup, because it's the only thing we've got now. We haven't got anything else. Like, I don't know where we go from here, because the problem, I keep saying this, right? The problem we've got is that if the board, I'm not sure if I'm Josie out or in still. I mean, I was saying on the stream today on Matty Hayes' channel earlier that I wanted him gone, right? But I did back up my point and say that the problem is, and I said this to Will, that if we do sack Jose Mourinho, the problem is that if they bring another manager in, the debate, the issue is there's still going to be those players there that have literally cost Poch his job, and they're pretty much going to cost Mourinho his job. And
no, I still stand by everything I said about that. I still stand by. Let me be clear. I still stand by everything I said about them players costing both managers their job and everything else. I still stand by that. Let me make that clear.
I agree, and it's just the problem we've got is, though, if with a new manager, usually, and in a club, they always give the players 6 months or a year to kind of see what they're like, see if they're going to listen to their rules and instructions, and if they don't, then they ship them out. Just like Poch had, he had a whole year to see who was in his who was going to back him and play the way he wanted to play, and listen to him, and if not, then you're gone, and that's what happened. But the problem is now we've had these players now for over 2.5 years that they've been playing like this. Some of these players in this team, and you get another manager in, it's another whole year we're going to have to wait to see a lot of them shipped out. I was reading in some of the papers, right, in the reports, that if Mourinho goes, there's a chance that Dele Alli and Winks will stay. I do not want them to stay. I want them gone. And I don't want another manager to try and get a tone out of them. They were both doing the same issues, right? The same problems we had with them at the back end of Poch's tenure, and they cost him his job. It's the same players, Lloris is now, I would say he's one of them, because just by those images, I mean, how can you be laughing and making jokes of the opponents, right? And Aurier and Sissoko at the end of a game, which was literally the last chance of any hope of being in that top four race, and you've gone and effed it up. Like, it's just ridiculous. There's no professionalism there. There's no self-pride. There's no honor about, like, even playing for yourself, let alone playing for the team. It's pathetic. How can you call yourself a footballer and you give that level of effort? I mean, honestly, I'd rather have Ledley King sign a contract and put him in centre back, and he'll do a better job than who we've got out there on that pitch. Because it's just ridiculous, man. I'm fed up of this rubbish. Honestly, it's just a joke. I mean, what do you guys want to say on this? Because I think we all know how we're all feeling right now.
We'll let Will have his say, and then we'll hand it over to Bob Spur.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've always been kind of agnostic when it comes to Jose and whether he's in or out. Got to be pushing towards the outside now, simply for, I guess you could say the straw that broke the camel's back for me was the substitutions. It wasn't who he brought on the pitch; it was who came off. And for me, that was the end of it for me right there. We're at that point, I think we were down 2-1. I remember. It might have been right after the equalizer, but either way, we have to go out and we have to win this match, not draw it. Not draw. This is 2 draws in a row. Here in Newcastle, there are two points dropped. I mean, we had this match tonight. We had it, and we totally capitulated, gave it up. Again, I don't want to hear anything from anyone about the midfield and them being free or having an excuse, or they're overworked, or they're maxing themselves out or whatever. There were planet-sized holes in that midfield, in the exact same area as the holes in the midfield that I showed on my stream, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Right? I mean, it's absolutely horrible. Sigurdsson was right there. Nobody was putting a body on him. Nobody was marking him. For his goal, people let him receive the ball. Nobody got, ball side of him as that cross is coming into the box. They watched it bounce through and let him just take a strike at it. And if you don't have a player in a white shirt within, 5 yards of you, how can you miss? How can you miss at that level as a Premier League midfielder if people are just going to give you free 5 yards of space? It's horrible.
Yeah, no, 100% it is. James Watson with the super chat, big up, my man. No message. Look, if you forgot to put the message in, like always, man, just put it in the chat, and I will read it out and we will discuss it. Look, everybody else, there is 66 people watching at 20 past 1 in the morning, which is absolutely insane. So look, smash a like on the stream. If you're new, smash a subscribe on the channel. We are now officially on the push for 2K. It's definitely achievable. We're at 1,825 now. It's insane. Also, get your super chats in. Help take this channel to the very, very top. Get your super chats in. But Bob, what do you want to say, my man?
Dave, when me and you first started talking, you know what it was all about, matey. We had different opinions about Jose, etc., and we built, in a weird kind of way, we built up a really solid friendship. Difference of opinion, but our end goal was the same: be successful to Tottenham. And I think I appreciate your side of that, and you appreciate my side. Just in respect of my feelings towards Jose, we both wanted the same thing. But what's really getting on my goat at this time of moment now is the people who are supporting Jose still hiding behind the fact that the board is shit. We know the board is shit. We know the board haven't performed. We know the board haven't performed for 20 years. But Jose's failed. First thing Jose said 18 months ago was to come in and build on Pochettino's job so far. Yes, the players are average. Of course they are. But the board don't have any control about him playing 5 at the back today, or taking off Sissoko and putting on shit players and making shit decisions. He has not made any player better, and people who say, Kane, no, Kane, you could put Kane in goal and he'd be a player of the season. You put him in defence, he'd play a player, because that's the sort of player he is. Jose, for me, I cannot, and I honestly mean this, and please tell me I'm wrong, I cannot think of one thing he's done right for my club. The fact he's lied on TV and got away with it about Toby, that doesn't sit right with me. The fact that Aurier left halfway through a match, drove home, walked out. He probably still had the Spurs badge on his chest, mate, and he drove home, and it wasn't even spoken about. Everyone poo-pooed it. Everyone poo-pooed about the fact that Jose's gone on fucking TV and lied about just to save his own face over Toby, and it's a fact. It's not alleged. It's a fact. Again, all poo-pooed over. Oh, the board's shit. The board is shit. Yeah, the board is shit. Of course they are. But Jose's fucked up as well. Jose's fucked up so much that he's getting away with it. I'm sick and tired of him hiding behind average players, poor players. Just so, I mean, the fact, I can't say what I want to say. You've just said everything by saying that. You've just said everything. He's constantly throwing his poor players under, and then you want them players to turn around and play openly great football. Oh, Jose's not getting it. The players aren't playing for Jose. Of course they're fucking not. When you're going on for, mate, it's just and Dave, what breaks me the most, mate, is seeing you finally giving up on Jose, because we were like a yin and yang. We used to have that banter. We've spoken off, not only on Twitter. We used to ring up loads of times. We used to have conversations, take the piss out of each other. Jose, yeah, all this, and you're never going to get better. We had a laugh about it, and it breaks me, mate. See my mate, yourself, and just broken. This guy's broken, and it's just not right. It's just not right.
I think we're all broken.
All due respect.
To be fair, Bob, look, it's not just Jose. It's not just Jose. I want to make one thing clear. The next manager comes in, I'm going to throw my full weight of support behind him as well. But look, it's not just Jose that's broke me. I'll be honest with you. These players actually broke me before Jose. These players broke me when they gave up underneath Pochettino and cost him his job. When they gave up underneath him. They gave up. Yeah. They gave up. That season when he got sacked, we were 14th. To be fair to Jose, he came in, he made a good start at it. Again, we had a couple of games, we bottled it. Players bottled it again. This season, looking so promising. Bottled it. They've bottled this season again. And with Jose, I do firmly believe he has tried everything with his experience to try and get a song out of this team. It's just come to the point where this whole club is stale. The board, the players, and now the manager is adding to problems. He's not anymore trying to fix them. He's just adding to them now. And that's the point now that's broke me. And when I see Sky Sports putting out an interview with Paul Pogba, which had no reason to be put out today, let me make that clear.
Did you read my tweet? Did you read my tweet earlier? I say we're bigger than Man United. We're bigger than Man United.
Yeah. And they put that out on the day of a game, and then I see all of a sudden Sissoko and Toby Alderweireld put into the team. I'm sorry, but when outside influences are happening and stuff like that, I do think Jose has to. I think Jose is going to end up going. I do think he's going to be sacked, whether it be between now and the Southampton game, which could happen, or after the cup final. I think the board will pull the trigger. But let me be clear: this same shit is going to keep happening under the next manager. If people think another manager is going to come in and get any better out of these players, I'm sorry to tell you, but it's sadly mistaken. I don't know how many times we have to be slapped in the face by this bunch of players.
But don't you think, Dave, there's a slight element that the board have actually thought about, right, let's get someone who can get something better. I mean, a good manager will get slightly better out of a player, even if it's just motivational wise.
Pochettino couldn't get the best out of them. Pochettino couldn't get the best out of them. And Mourinho can't get the best out of them.
That's why Jose was brought in, though. But that's why Jose was brought in and given mega bucks.
Yeah, but the problem is, right, these players, they haven't got any self-belief within themselves, any self-motivation, self-drive. That's the problem.
Jose's job, then.
No, but it's not.
Why have a manager?
We can't always pin that on a manager. That does have to be an element within you and your personality as well.
So we don't need a manager then, do we?
No, listen, I agree Jose has his faults. Yeah. But we cannot sit here and pin everything on the guy.
I'm not.
Because I'm not. You just can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is... No, I'm not saying it's. First thing I said was the players have average and the board have all. But for me, Jose hasn't done his job as well at all. He's not done at all. He's not done anything in my eyes, and I honestly mean this. He's not done anything in my football club, and I mean that he's not done anything. What do you tell me? What has he done?
I haven't seen anything that he improved this team at all. No, I agree with you. I haven't. Seen anything
that's all I'm making, Dave. That's all I'm making. He's not done. He's come in. He's got made mega bucks, and yes, the players and board. Yeah, we know that, mate, and I totally agree with that. I've made a full fucking stream based on the media and how they work. So it wasn't about Jose. It was about the media. About media and Enic. That's I made a whole stream about it. But in my eyes, regardless of all that. Jose was brought in and paid a lot of money to do something. He's not done anything, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. In my eyes,
no, Bob, I fully get what I fully understand what you're trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is, no matter what manager comes in, I'm telling you, they're not getting any better out of this squad of players.
No, but I'm saying another manager might make better tactical decisions. I'm not talking about players. I'm saying a better manager could not play back five today. He could have gone with a 4-3-3. He could have made a different. He could make better substitutions. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that.
That is within Jose's control. That's all my point is. I fully get that. Yeah, I
fully get that. But at the same time, we cannot sit here and gloss over the fact that these players have been bottle jobs even in their best times.
We're not.
We can't sit here and gloss over that. We can sit here and say it's fully on the manager to get something out of these players.
I'm not saying that.
But that also has to come from within themselves.
No, I'm not saying that. I just think Jose has not done his job. Jose has failed in his job description, regardless of players. No matter they could have been about 25 youth players. In my eyes, he's still not done his job. He has failed. The board of shit. The average players are average.
No,
I
look,
know that.
he has failed because he was brought in for top 4. He has failed. But
I would have been happy with top 6, mate, if he did something.
Bad managers, 2 complete opposite styles, complete opposite way of management. Bolton can't be bad managers. The point is the players have let us down longer than what any manager has done at this club. The players have let us down longer.
Yeah. But the players don't make tactical decisions. That's what I'm saying. The only thing that I can point to Jose isn't the quality of the players. I can't put the quality of the players on Jose because they're shit anyway. I can't put the board's performance on Jose because he's got no control of it. The only thing Jose has control of is making tactical decisions, tactical substitutions, setting up an identity, setting a way of playing, and establishing a definitive 11. And mate, he's not done any of that.
I can get that, but to think any other manager is going to come in and be able to do that with this group of players when they didn't do it under Pochettino and they ended up getting him sacked when he was playing with these group of players. It's insane to think that anyone can come in and do that.
Can I add something, right?
Yeah, go on.
Can I just add something, right? So if you get another manager in, right, just for an example, you get an Nagelsmann with this current squad, just an example, right? Brendan Rodgers even, right? So at the moment, we're 8th in the table, 8th or 7th in the table. We're going to be 8th, right?
Yeah.
We are basically an 8th tier team in the Premier League right now, based on how we're performing this season, right?
With our front four. Our performance this season. Yeah.
Performance this season.
I agree.
We're like 7th or 8th. That's our level right now.
Yeah, I agree.
As it is. The table doesn't lie, right?
Yeah.
So if you get another manager in with the current players or the current squad, right? They are going to they're probably going to get a slightly better tune out of them, but they're not going to get them to a top 4 level. They might make them finish 6th or 5th, but that's still not good enough for us. So the problem is, so even if you get a manager who's going to come in and is still going to elevate the players and make them maybe get a better tone out of them, right? So they play better, you're still not going to be getting to where Daniel Levy's, for example, or us as fans, our minimum requirement is, which is to try and compete for that top 4. So regardless of the manager, what David's trying to say is that the players still need to change, because Aurier, right? I'll give you Aurier, for example. The last 2 summers, they've been trying to sell Aurier, and he's come out as well, publicly saying that he doesn't know what's going to happen. And both summers, he said that he might be leaving, etc. And he hasn't left, and he stayed. And now, again, we've got a player who essentially doesn't really want to be there. He's kind of just, he stayed because they decided not to sell him or they changed their mind or something like that. But that's not, for him, that's not a passionate player for Tottenham who's saying, I want to play for the badge. And you've got too many of them. And then on top of that, you've got players who are just not good enough on their quality and their ability. So
Dan, you just answered my question with my question. Exactly what first thing I said to you was the board is shit and the players average. But in my eyes, in my opinion, a better manager can come in and he can make better decisions than the fucking shit that we've seen today.
You're probably right.
Newcastle.
But Bob,
and that's all I'm saying. So he's failed. He's failed in managing
I agree in that respect.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with everything you and David said. Everything, 100%. All I'm saying is I'm going by Jose. I'm talking about Jose because I know what the board, and I agree with everything David said. I've always have with regards to the board and players. I've always agreed with that. But in my opinion, I'm talking about Jose and his job role and his job description, and he has failed. And I, in my opinion, a better manager would have made better substitutions in some of the games this season. And who knows where we would be.
Yeah, quite possibly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Other than those substitutions, what mistakes did he make?
Sorry?
Other than those substitutions,
line up. We don't play 5 at the back. We don't. If you're going to play 5 at the back, you don't leave them stringent. You leave one player to go forward. Give it a bit of expand. All I'm saying, Will, with the attacking flair we've got in this team, there is no way we should be struggling to. I know we've scored loads of goals, but our defense is shit as well.
But what attacking flair do we have right now other than Son and Kane?
We've got the last Lucas on thingy. Why wasn't he playing today? There's no reason Lucas shouldn't be playing today.
I agree with you.
I agree he should be playing, but
exactly.
I've always said this. He has played well recently. But in terms of his Tottenham career, I'm not sitting here and saying.
Oh no. Lo Celso's the way forward more than Lucas in my eyes. But for now, you got players who are in form, Dave, and he is one of our form players, mate. I get that. I'm not defending that, but to sit here and say he's quality, I'm not going to do it because I still maintain this, and I've said this about Lucas. I've always said that.
He's done well as late, but he's not quality.
Yeah. No. I've always said as time of moment is more of a number, is our perfect number 10. But moving forward, I see Lo Celso more in that number 10 moving forward as a Spurs future. But no, for now, Lucas is a guy.
I just want to say quickly, lads, before I give Will his say, because he's been patient there, while me and Bob are debating, and Danny. But lads, look, we've 94 viewing, which is insane for 1:30 in the morning. Just goes to show the pull of the Irish Hotspur, I suppose, which is insane. But like I said, I want to see the likes matching up to the viewers. If there's anyone
super
new,
chat,
I'm on the road to
chats,
2K. Yeah, and get your super chats in. This is for
Smash
you guys
that like.
over the other side of the pond, for you American guys and Canadian and stuff like that, to show my appreciation for everything you've done to help support my channel. And you know what? If you get your super chats in the numbers are good tonight, this could be a regular feature. We never know. But sorry, Will. Yeah. Let's go. Have your say, my man.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily agree that it's 100% the manager's fault tonight. No. I think that it's definitely not 100% the manager's fault, because the manager doesn't cause Eric Dyer to watch a cross bounce in front of him as it comes across the box.
But he did pick him.
Well, he didn't. Who else does he pick?
Don't play three at the back.
We can all agree, right?
Exactly. Hindsight is a great thing.
We can all agree we did not want Dyer or Sissoko to start. Everyone seeing Sissoko in that lineup was like, "What the is going on? Like, what is going on?"
Yeah, but I mean, it's for me. It was those substitutions. I mean, how do you pick Lamella and Moore to come on for Reguilon and
don't. What did Lamella do once he came on? I'm trying to think, and it's a serious question. It's a serious question, because I wasn't watching the game by then.
Cost us our last good chance. Yeah, our last good chance in the game. It cost us because he didn't pass it to Son.
That had the center back completely shielded out from a run, and Lamella, instead of playing the ball into him, I'm telling you, that Korean conspiracy theory. This one's coming out. This is Cody Mack quality right here. I'm telling you, Eric Lamella and Son have a beef, and Eric Lamella refuses to play the ball to Son. I think it's on Lamella's side. I don't think it's on Son's side.
You reckon?
You'll see Son play the ball to Lamella, but Lamella looks straight at him, right? And then
is that a continue? Have you noticed that a few times in everyone?
Yeah, it's happened 2 or 3 times in the last 2 or 3 times that he's come on the pitch.
He thinks he's better than he is. That's the problem. He's deluded.
He needs to come talk to me. I'll bring him back down to earth real quick.
Right? Don't. He'll probably score a Rabona next season and live off it for 5 years. I fell off there. We're talking about Lamella. Yeah, he'll probably score a Rabona next week and live off it for 5 years again. So no, we're not going to have any of that, because that's all he does, isn't he?
Yeah.
Every couple of years.
Walking skeleton.
Look, lads, what I'd be interested to know is what your thinking's on when we pull the trigger on this. If we do pull the trigger, when do we do it?
Well, Dave, I think you've kind of, and regardless of our thoughts, I think we can all see the bullet coming. Do you think it's worth just getting it over and done with, and possibly getting a manager bounce in the cup final? But then, if you do sack him now, who do you bring in? Do you bring Ledley in as a gatekeeper till the end? Personally, regardless of my thoughts, just keep it till the end of the season.
Yeah, you have to,
and then see how it goes. I mean, he will go in the summer, unfortunately. There's also something got mentioned, is there's every chance that maybe Kane's looking at the whole thing, and he's not stupid. He's seen the toxicity that's growing slowly around the club, and Jose has a part to do. We can't deny it. Jose has got a part to do with it. Maybe Harry's thinking, if Jose stays, I'm not staying. I know the views are that Harry Kane will only stay if Jose stays. I understand that, but there are rumours that he's not stupid to what's happened today and the setup and the way we set up. There's every chance Kane might be looking at it and thinking, you know what, Jose stays, mate. I'm not hanging around. Allegedly. I don't know what you guys think about that.
That's why I said I think he's going to have a massive part to play
100%.
in who's going to be the manager next season, because I think Daniel Levy looks at Kane and he knows that without Kane, he's not stupid, right? He knows without Kane in this team, we're going to be going back another couple of years, I'm telling you. And he knows he is the most important asset to Spurs right now, just in terms of what he's doing for the club, especially this season, right? So if Kane has got feelings where he doesn't want Jose in, I think that's going to be taken into serious consideration by Levy.
Yeah.
If he's gone to, if they have a discussion at the end of the season, or if they have a discussion whenever, and he says, I actually want Jose to stay, I believe he can still do more, then then I reckon the only other decision you've got is to get rid of some of those players out and give Jose another season, which I think would be fair, because at the moment we can't see what's going to happen, and we can't even guess it. We don't even know if a new manager is going to help. We don't even know if there's all the debate about a manager can help, but then it goes back to the players who are stale at the club, and they need to go. So it's so difficult to kind of put the money on where it all comes to, and what's gonna sort of help us sort of come out of this situation that we're in.
My mic still low. That's super hot now.
There you go. That's better. I can hear you.
Better. Yeah,
you need to say man smell.
We need that man smell.
That's nice. A side story. So I was listening to Will, and I'm going to get this out of the way, Dave. Sorry. Listen to Will in bed with my headphones on, right? And obviously, Mrs. is asleep next to me. And I'll listen to Will, blah, 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 blah. And suddenly, as I move over, my headphones fall out, and it's pretty loud, and all my missus here is Will going, man smell. I'm like, what? She's like, God. She's like, what the fuck's going on there? I'm like, no, don't worry. What are you watching? I'm like, no, it's all right. It's Will, man smell. It didn't go down well, mate. It didn't go down well.
I like it now. It's my meme now. It's my theme. It's my theme song.
Is it?
Man smell.
Oh, nice.
You know, rock it.
Do I get copyright?
Yeah. We gotta get that trademarked. Man smell.
Yeah, I need to get a trademark. Yeah.
So, lads, like for me, look, I think if there is a good bit of money there, for me, I do think it's fair maybe to give Jaws in the next season. Look, no matter what manager comes in, I think they're going to have to do what I think they're going to have to be allowed to do what Pochettino was allowed to do.
Yeah, I think
which is get rid of a lot of players, rotate the squad, and then get players in and go their way and get full backing from the board, you know, behind them to go that way. Because we're at a point now, lads, where the board actually have to decide what they want to do. And I think it's come to a point where we're going to see their true ambition now. Whatever they do next, stick or twist with Jose, new manager, whatever else.
100%.
They can't just appoint a new manager. They have to appoint a new manager with a vision and a plan, and saying they're going to back that plan.
Massive summer.
That's what they have to do next.
Massive summer.
For me, yeah, it's this summer. And this summer is do or
die. And everyone's watching it as well, Dave. Everyone's watching. All the fans are watching them, Dave, as well. You know, it's how they perform is gonna indicate what kind of ambition they have as well, and how much of our ambitions match them. In my opinion, I don't think Jose is the right man to be given that money. Purely and simply, he's not done anything this season. You can't, in one word, say he's not improved anything this season. We've managed to bring in a total of 9 players. Let's not forget, 9 players is managed to brought in. Yes, some of them have been brought in from the board as well, but there are 9 new players, so 9 new personalities, 9 new mentalities, and still he's not managed to do anything moving forward, i.e. even get us an identity, getting us a starting 11 and having, you know, questionable substitutions. We've all agreed with that. So for me, I don't understand how he would justify a rebuild. Having said that, I'm still willing. If Dave, if it does happen, matey, I'm quite happy to sit back and see what, because it's not down to Jose, is it? And let's be honest, the summer is all down to Enic. Whatever they do is how next season's going to go. So if they quite happily give Jose the money to go and rebuild, I'll quite happily. And this is based on his CV. I know at one point I've said it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't matter if he's got 26 or 260 on his CV. All I matter is how he's going to perform for Tottenham. But if the board trusts him to give him money to go and spend and rebuild the squad and get his players in, I'll quite happily sit back and say, yes, Dave, I'm with you, mate. Come on, let's do it. You know what I'm like, mate? I'm 100% Spurs. You know that. I'm 100% Spurs.
Yeah,
and my opinion on Jose is just because I'm pissed off. Of course I'm with that.
That's an important message, though, Bob. Look, no matter what our feelings are, we can always be on opposite side of the fence. But ultimately, there's always common ground. When you're on the opposite side of the fence, there's always going to be common ground, and that's in the middle. And that middle is the club, no matter what, no matter 100%. Anybody's view. Just a quick super chat here from Brian C. Big up, Brian C. Everybody else, you know, there's 91 of you watching. Get your super chats in. He says 1:30 here in Ireland. Go on the lads for helping to get this all out of the system. Big up, Brian. Really do appreciate that, my man.
Yes, Brian.
Top support. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. And James Watson earlier on as well. I really do appreciate it. Danny, do you want to have your say on what me and Bob are talking there, and then we'll go on to Will then?
I think Will. Do you want to take this?
Go ahead, Danny. I got to think about what I'm going to say first.
I think they've just taken
Will's
the
in
words
a
out of
food
my mouth.
coma. He's shoving food into him before he came on. He's in a food coma.
I am.
I think they've just taken the words out of my mouth. It's just such a fucked up situation we're in. I think it's just there's no way you can't really sugarcoat it. Everyone's got a part to play. I don't know. I just don't know what I want, to be honest. I just want Tottenham to do well. I don't care how it happens. I just want them to do well, mate. I don't even give a shit how it happens. Just need them to do well.
For me, it's we're not going to do anything with the board that we have. And this is the summer is an absolute crossroads. We are absolutely.
That's why it's a big summer, isn't it, Will? That's why it's a big summer, mate, isn't it?
We either going up the table or we're going down the table. Yeah. There's only, and that all depends on Enic and Daniel Levy. That's all that's the only thing that's happening. They're either going up or they're coming down.
Mm-hmm. This season, the summer's going to determine that. Yeah.
And so it's up to Daniel Levy. He can sit there with his mask on and look at stuff on his phone and do whatever he wants. But if he's not going to make decisions right now, then nothing's going to happen.
Guys, do you think if Levy turns around and gives Jose or whoever the manager is next season, not Jose because for this amount, if Levy turns around and says, right, here you go, you've got £60 million to spend this summer, do we just have to accept we're owned by mediocrities and we have to accept that we're going to finish mid-table every season now? We have to change the way we look at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Do we all accept that? And we will be able to. Go on, mate. Go on.
I would actually like to answer that and kick this off by saying, look, to be honest with you, if we get 60 million and we can see the glaring holes in this team that needs to be fixed, right? Us fans, we need to find our bollocks, right? And we need to find a way of making our voices heard. It's that simple. 60 million is not going to fix this, right? Okay. Credit to Enic. They gave us a stadium. They gave us the training complex. But what they didn't do is make sure we had the youth players coming through or the squad to be able to carry that into the new stadium. Yeah. Like, the warning signs were there with Arsenal. They didn't learn their lessons. They walked straight into the same trap. Because we don't have the history and everything else behind us, our demise is coming quicker than what Arsenal's was. Theirs is stagnatedly getting worse, right? Ours is just accelerated because we don't have that mentality. And for me, I think us fans, if it's 60 million, absolutely bullshit. Because, look, we can sit here and say Jose got 9 players, right? But the players that brought in weren't quality enough. And again, another thing. We all got gassed up over it, rightly so. But it's because we starved the players.
Jose got gassed up over it,
Yeah, but what has to happen now is the board have to get money at this situation. People are going to say, look, throwing money isn't the answer. I'm sorry, right now it's the answer.
It is the answer. It's the only answer.
It's the answer. Yeah. And just for me, they have to pull the money out. They have to pull, I don't care. They get 150 million. They have to keep hold of Kane and Son. I do not give a shit, right? Yeah. And if they don't do it, there's no excuses for me. I couldn't give a shit. They're billionaire owners. I'm not listening to any excuses. I'm not listening to any articles.
So what do you do then,
Dave? This, that, and the other. Because I'm sick. I am sick of excuses. Us Spurs fans are a part of that. We've made excuses for players and everything else for far too long. So now after this summer, or this summer, even before this summer, we need to find our voices and make it loud and clear. West Ham done it. They nearly brought the stadium down. They wanted to bring the stadium down. Look where they are now. Because the board listened to them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, we are on verge of headed toward Sunderland territory now. In my opinion, if Daniel Levy doesn't make the right choices, we are on Sunderland. We're at risk of following Sunderland down to the second and third tiers of English football.
You think so?
Do you want to elaborate on it? Yeah.
Why do you think that way?
Kane and Son leave and Levy doesn't spend money, if Kane and Son leave this summer and Levy spends 20-30 million,
Oh, I don't even want to think about that, man. It's giving me
where
a
are we going
migraine.
to be?
What was that? Sorry.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that, Will?
I said if Kane and Son leave this summer and Daniel Levy only spends 20 or 30 million during the transfer window, where are we going to be? We can't beat
Get
Newcastle
them the
now.
fuck out of there. Get
with the
them the
squad
fuck
we're
out
in.
of there. If that's going to happen, they can fuck off.
What
And
do
I
you
know
think's
it's
gonna
easier
happen?
said than done. It's exactly. And it wouldn't. The worst thing about it, guys, you wouldn't be surprised, would you? That's
Yeah.
the worst thing about it. You would not be surprised.
And that's why I'm saying we're in Sunderland territory right now. If Daniel Levy doesn't make the right choices this summer,
Yeah, we're gonna be in for an even worse season next year. I'm telling you, we'll be fighting for that like 14th spot. I'm telling you, because if one of them, if Kane goes especially, we're finished unless he spends money. And this needs like it's a huge, and the biggest thing is getting those players out that door first. That is the biggest key. That for me, that's where this clear out begins, is getting rid of those absolute you can't even call them professional footballers. Some of them, I mean, they're not even professional footballers. I mean, you've got Sunday League footballers, right? Who I watch, and they've got more commitment and passion than the fucking player that's getting paid like 50 to 100 grand a week. It's ridiculous, man. It makes me sick, honestly. I don't even want to watch it because these overprivileged prima donnas. It just makes me absolutely fucking furious, mate. And I agree with you, Will, because what annoys me the most, right? You being an entrepreneur, Will, right? You know more than anyone.
Sorry, Danny,
right?
there quickly, lads. If any of you have a link, do you want to send it on to Brian Island? Brian, I will be only going for about another 15 to 20 minutes, but if you want to come on and have
I'll
a
do
say,
it,
if one of you want to send a link, because I do this on my phone, so I have to come out the stream and it'll ruin the whole stream. But sorry, Danny, go on.
That's all right. Yeah, you know this more than anyone, Will, right? Being an entrepreneur, right? If you don't invest in your business, right, you fail, right? Now, Levy being this almighty businessman, he's built up a Tottenham stadium. He's built up Tottenham in the last 20 years from a mid-table team to the top 10 richest in the world, right? He's going to be losing money every year if he doesn't invest, because he's not going to be getting Champions League football. And without that money, the only other money we're going to get is generated from the stadium. What happens if, exactly this, right? What happens if we start ending up finishing 14th and we start we're not even challenging for the top 10 anymore because we don't have the ambition to do it. And it's just like you're losing money on your TV revenue. You're losing money on your European revenue. You're losing money from sponsorships, because I'm sure that if you don't finish in the top 4, there's like something in their contracts where they'll pay them less or something like that.
or you're just going to lose sponsorships.
Yeah, exactly. This is like Man United when they dropped out of the Champions League. They had who is it before? Was it Adidas? With Adidas when they first dropped out of the Champions League, they cut the contract because the contract was based on if they were in the Champions League. So it's going to be probably similar for us as well, and it makes it even more difficult to get naming rights when you're a club that's who wants to sponsor Tottenham, right? If you're a fucking club that's sitting 10th or 14th in the league, no one's going to want to sponsor them. They want their name on a club that's in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean?
It's his own fault, man. It's his own
fault. Exactly this.
It's absolutely his own fault. I mean, you look at the players that we passed on because he was being too stingy, and how the difference, Fernandes or Lo Celso.
Yeah.
Right? Fernandes or Lo Celso. Where would we be in the table right now if we had Bruno Fernandes in our squad? Where would we be on the table right now if we had Jack Grealish in our squad? Where would we be? Where would we be on the table right now if we had signed Diaz or Skriniar this summer? Right? Yeah. Instead of and guess what? Now you're going to fall even farther down the table, and it's going to cost you even more money to rebuild the squad than it did last summer.
Yep.
Right? And now, because we're not in top 4, we have lower revenue, which means we're not going to be able to invest in much next season or the season after that, or we'll have to sell Kane and Son in order to fund, even to get a respectable team to keep us above the top 10.
Yep.
Right? To keep us in the Europa League spaces.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the key thing is you attract the less quality players as well.
Yeah. The ambition, our ambition, our ability to, reach top 10, or to win a league or to win a Champions League is gone.
That's long gone. That went when Pochettino went for me.
Yeah,
I think.
no, 100%. Just quickly, lads. Gary Paul Speed. Look, I hope your mother and your father is okay. I know you haven't been here in a while, and I have been looking to keep an eye out for your name in the comments, man, to see how they're getting on. I hope they're good, and I hope you're good. And he says, "Hello, David. If Enic don't sell up this summer, then I can see Scotty Parker coming in. Virtually all the squad to be sold, apart from all the kids." To bring in from the U plus Ryan Session and Jack Clark. We have Ollie Skip and that coming back as well. But big up, Gary. Absolutely love that comment, my man. And like I said, I hope everything's okay with you. Look, we have 111 watching right now. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you smash the subscribe on the channel. Like I said, get the super chats in, lads. You're probably worn out between me or Tottenham TV and Matt Hayes. But look, if you have anything left and you want to get your comments in, the chat is flying. It's absolutely crazy. I wasn't expecting this numbers at this time. Get your super chats in. You know, it really does help support the channel, help the channel grow. Also, look, everybody that's watched me today, I've been putting in the grind. Pre-match pump-up show on me or Tottenham TV, Matty Hayes, and on my own channel. And, this is where I kind of really get rewarded for the time I get put on my own channel, because I do everything else on everybody else's channel free and everything else. So, look, get your super chats in and really does help support the channel.
Can I add to that, David?
Sorry,
I want everyone to smash that like. Look, guys, it is free. It doesn't cost you absolutely anything. For people who can't support with the super chat, just click that like, because it really helps the channel. And this guy does absolutely amazing stuff for everyone in the Spurs community on YouTube. So please help him out, because it really does help with the algorithms. And just smash that like. Just smash it, guys. Come on.
100%. And Bob, thanks for that. Let's bring on Brian Island. Brian, what do you want to say, my man?
Yeah, I just wanted to hop on, mate, and say hello to everybody. Bobby was on our channel a little earlier, and I'm trying to be a little bit I wouldn't say like happy about the situation, but just less doom and gloom, because it's pretty brutal right now. I think we all agree. I just listened to you guys chat as I was trying to get on the conversation. It's pretty bad, but this is kind of the normalcy when it comes to a club. There's going to be a cycle of players coming in and out, and the best players come and go, and that's inevitable. I don't think it's like, I heard Will say something about being Sunderland. I think that's a little bit over the top. But no, I think it is, though. I get that it's like, it feels like that's the case, but I think that's a bit over the top. I think it's a bit more like, maybe potentially Leeds.
I'm telling you right now,
if that helps anybody, I don't think it does. But
I said this during Matt Hayes' stream today. I said, if you took Son and Kane and you put him in front of the Leeds team, we'd be at
I heard you say that.
No
well, I actually watched that, and it's a good shout. It's a good shout. I don't know if that's the case either, though. I get why everybody's so frustrated. We drew 2-2 to a team that's basically in the same situation that we're in. They're not very good. They have a good manager. They have a squad that's like really good in the first 11, but if they get a few injuries, they're kind of crap. That's us. We're the same as that. We're in like 6th or 7th. We're not going to get relegated next season if we lose our best players. We are going to bring in other players that are good. Are they going to be as good as Kane and Son? No, 100%.
What if we bring in no players and lose our 2 best players?
Well, I mean, I guess that's a possibility. I don't think it's a likelihood. We're the 10th richest team in Europe at the moment. There's no way in hell, despite we all I think would agree that Levy and the board are problematic. I don't think that they're going to let that happen, because their situation of making money off this club, despite us being crap, isn't going away. They're not going to just completely ignore it and be like, whatever. They have to have some sort of semblance of a team on the pitch in order to function themselves as people who are going to make money off this club. So I don't see that being the situation. I get the doom and gloom. I get why people are thinking that way, but I think it's over the top.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just quickly, we have a super chat here from Wolf Mauler. He says, just here supporting the channel, mate. I'm at the point where everything about football Spurs is a joyless experience. Our Jose era is a disaster. I'll big up Wolf Mauler. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for the support, man.
Big up.
You don't know how much it really does mean. And yeah, look, I think we're all starting to get to that point, to be honest with you, man. And this is why we sit here and do these things, to try and cheer ourselves up. We have another super chat there, lads. Marcelo's also looking to come in. If you just want to send him on a link
I've
to
sent it to
join
him
as
already.
well.
I sent it to him.
Sound. Jack Kaneke says, cheers for all your hard work, David. Thanks for housing all of us during these times. Incredible panel. No, look, no worries at all, lad. You know, I just do it because I enjoy it. And I'm just glad everybody else enjoys it and wants to come along for the ride. And that's what it's about, my man. Tottenham family, Tottenham therapy. We all celebrate when we win and we all debate when we lose. That's the way it goes. But big up, Jack. Really do appreciate it, my man. Let's welcome in Stelios. Stelios, how are you keeping? What do you want to say?
Yes,
Stelios.
Yes,
You're right,
Loris.
guys. How's everyone doing, man? You know, it's just a silly question, yeah.
You can kiss those trophies, but goodbye now, Stelios.
Why? The Carabao Cup is coming home, my man. The Carabao Cup is coming home.
Stel, that picture of you with the trophies in the background, can you just make that your background for the rest of us so we can feel a little bit better about the situation?
Listen, we're gonna win the League Cup. Don't worry. It's gonna by fluke, luck, jammy. And I've felt all year that we're gonna win that cup, and we're gonna win it. I did say we weren't gonna get top four. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. We're not gonna get it. I'm just sad that everyone's now, you know, the reality has hit home. The team's simply not good enough. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, no, it's not. I fully agree.
Are West Ham better than us?
Sorry, go on.
Are West Ham better than us? Are West Ham a better team than us?
Currently,
have they got a better
yes.
squad than us? Have they got a better squad than us? Have they got better players than us?
As individual players, no, but David Moyes, like Pochettino, was allowed to remove the deadwood. Jose Mourinho has not been given a chance to get rid of the deadwood. He wanted Danny Rose out. He's still there being toxic. He wanted Dele Alli out. The board refused to sell him. If you're not going to allow the manager to remove what he thinks might be problematic issues, then, you know, this is what happens. You know, it's not innocent.
Still, we've got better players than West Ham. Well, we've got better players. Yeah, no. I don't put it all on James. I know. West. We've got better players than West Ham.
Which players are better?
Kane, Son, Ndembele, Pierre, Toby, Rodon, a goalkeeper,
Loris,
hands down, Regulin. I'd go as far as
Ndombele.
Yeah.
I could pick. I could pick her 11. Nowhere near as hard.
No,
I
think.
Guys, if you're gonna,
you just said it yourself.
The question is, if you're going to pick a starting 11 out of both squads, who gets into that starting 11? And arguably, well, I wouldn't say all, but I would say
no defenders from Spurs.
I would say 8 or 9 of them are Spurs players. So, like, that tells you who's got the better squad.
Not one defender from Spurs. Not one defender from Spurs gets.
I probably agree with that still. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably agree with that. Yeah, but what I would say is, I think there is a big mentality. No, let me finish. I think there is a big mentality within the Spurs fan base to let Jose get away with shit, just to point the board, just point the finger at Enic. And I do feel that, in my opinion. I think Jose gets away with so much shit we've got an easy target and I agree. The board are the biggest problem we've got at our club. I agree with that.
Spot on.
Yeah. Can I share something with you that I tried to?
Go on, mate. Go on.
It's your show.
Yeah.
No. Just quickly. I just make this point earlier on.
Just quickly, I do have a super chat there I want to get to, and then Stella, we'll let you make the point there. Andrew Bailey, quickly. Look, I know it's your birthday, man, but look, I'm not planning on staying on for a good few hours tonight. The missus is in my ear. She wants to watch a movie and stuff like that. But hit me up on Twitter, and I will send you a link, my man. And you know what I mean, you can come on. But what I will say is, if you want to enjoy your birthday, Will's Story is going live. It'll be starting at 3 a.m. our time, or UK time. So, you know, hop on there. Will Stewart will make your birthday. I'll make your weekend when you come on my show over the weekend. I'll get you on. Etrex Kane quickly says,
I'll get in a fight with you. Like Eric Melon.
Etrex Kane says, quickly says, when are you doing the fan show? Etrex Kane, that will be tomorrow. And then just a super chat here from Saurav Patak. Big up, Saurav. He says, guys, let's say Jose is out, but we can't trust the players. We need a rebuild. Yes, West Ham are a better team than us. They are fourth. No, fair point.
Better team, not better squad. That's the reality.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, it's because they've got a drive in them all. They've got a motivation within themselves.
Yeah,
and
better team.
David Moyes is getting them to play as a team, which is what we're not
100%,
doing.
100%.
We're not playing as a team. This is the key element to football. Football is a team sport. It's not an individual sport.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Thank you. That's exactly what I mean. Cheers, Dan.
Big up Saurav Patak for super chat, but I did promise Stelios I'd let him get his point in.
Yeah.
I want Bob. I want you to ask Stel
that
question. I want you to ask Stel that question you asked us earlier about what have you seen in Jose to warrant him staying another season.
Yeah, he asked that on our show as well.
Oh, he did ask
that. Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very good question, and it was a good answers. Go on, ask it.
Yeah. I just Stel want to say something. Stel, in your eyes, what has Jose improved this season within Tottenham Hotspur Football Club?
No,
and be honest, mate.
Yeah, no, of course, I'm not going to lie, mate.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say my point after that, but I'll answer the question first.
Yeah.
I think what he's done is the players that are very, very good, he's made them exceptional. He's taken Son to another level. I think he's definitely taken Harry Kane to another level. And they're the only two exceptional players in the team. So the players that are an 8 or 9 out of 10, he's taken them to a 9 or a 10. That's what Jose does. Okay. The players that are average, he's not going to do anything with those players. Not a damn thing. That's what Pochettino does. He takes an average player to a good player. But if you're going to win trophies and you're going to get top for every year, you need very good, excellent players. And this is where it's come unstuck. So I'd give him that. Don't forget, he had us top of the table at the start of the season. There was something. Well, Poch got sacked because he was 15th. But the point was, he took that Poch team that was 15th and he put them first place. And we were top for like 2 or 3 weeks. So he was on the right path, but that came unstuck. And there's several reasons why I think that happened. But that's another thing. He's got us to a cup final. So there are positives. But this actually goes on to the point I made earlier.
Yeah, go on, mate. Yeah,
on the starting lineup show we did, right?
Yeah, go on.
I think the problem at Spurs right now with Jose Mourinho specific is this. If you look at the last 2 jobs he had where it turned toxic, Chelsea and Man United, he took over teams that were at that top level of football and he just got them over the line. So he took Chelsea that were in the top 4 to win the Premier League, to win a Carling Cup as well. When he took over Man United, Moyes was 5th or 6th. So he took over a team that was 5th or 6th, and he got Man United the Carling Cup and the Europa Cup. So things went toxic, but he took over a situation that was already good. Yeah. He just made it better.
He followed it. Yeah, just took it on, yeah.
What has happened here is he's taken over a circus. A team that was 15th, getting spanked 3-0 away to Brighton, absolutely torn a new arsehole by Bayern Munich 7-2, and humiliated at Colchester United away 1-0. 8 of the players that lost 1-0 at Colchester United in the Cup under Poch, 8 of those players started in the 3-0 loss to Zagreb. So Jose's come in and taken over a shit show. So what's happened now is, because the shit show hasn't repaired itself, because the correct thing, like we will all agree, is a rebuild, not a Jose serial winner to come in.
Yeah.
His previous history of, it turns toxic, it's turned negative. It's easy for the fans and the media to say, look, there you go, it's toxic. No, it was toxic already at Spurs, but it was underneath the rug. And that's what's happened with Jose now.
Yeah. But still,
and he's getting the blame for it.
But do you think it's all right for a guy like Jose with 26 trophies on his CV to come in and after 18 months, regardless of the players, because you can find a system, you can do what you can, and he has brought 9 players in as well. Let's say. But do you think it's acceptable for Jose to come in and 18 months into a job, he's not improved a little bit? He's not done, in my eyes, he's not done anything.
Yeah.
He's not done anything.
He's not only not done anything, Bobby, he's made us worse.
Yeah.
Do you think
that's acceptable?
If you don't recognize that, you're not paying attention.
My answer is, do you think it's acceptable? Do you think it's acceptable to bring in a manager who 20 years of success has been based on him being backed to then come into a club and not be backed with the players he wants.
I agree with you. He's a wrong manager. That's my
Actually,
point, right from the start.
Jose has been backed more than you know. In terms of net spend, he's actually been backed more than any other
I
manager
don't even
not his
see you
players,
down
ever
there.
in the first.
Marcelo just appeared out of nowhere.
I didn't even see you.
Just
Oh,
quickly,
well.
actually, so I can actually so I can get the banner out of the way and we can actually see Marcelo. Salary agent, he's become a new member, and he has said green doesn't suit him. He's got to be a lily white. That's what I'm talking about, upgrading.
Well said,
Everybody
Corey.
else, grab a membership for the fan show tomorrow. No doubt. Look, it's probably I'm going to prepare for a 4-hour stream, to be honest, because I do think a lot of fans are going to come on and have a lot to say. So grab your memberships and big up salary agent, my man, upgrade. Now, Marcelo, we can all see you. We can see you. So
Sorry, Marcelo. I didn't see you
Marcelo,
down
you
there,
made your
mate.
bed.
Sorry.
You made your bed, Marcelo. What's going on?
Sorry, buddy.
No, I didn't make my bed. It's still.
Looks
still
like it's
dirty.
made. Maybe it's just the
Still
shitty image.
No. Look, listen. It's I with the whole thing with Mourinho. With my opinion, why he needs to go is because when Pochettino came in, it was the same toxic environment, but Pochettino was able to turn a toxic environment into a togetherness. You know what I mean? What he did to the club, he turned a toxic environment to a family environment, and he did that
by he got rid of the toxic players.
He got rid of the toxic players because he was
Jose hasn't been allowed to do that.
And at the beginning of the season, Stelios, I was agreeing with you that he was doing it, but something with Jose changed. He started letting the toxic players back into the dressing room, and it's like David said, he let the media get to him. He let the media, he let the fans get to him. Because the whole
Still, you just said that we were top of the. You backed Jose up by saying, "Oh, we were top of the league." You got top of the league. These players, these toxic players, can't suddenly be a great bunch of players
were
to take
top of the league in November that are now
the client's just been like that, mate. Hey, listen. We both want the same thing. I want Spurs to be the most successful team in the world. All I'm saying is about my opinion, and I put. The boards, these guys know the board's to blame, the players are blame.
Yeah, we all agree.
But in my eyes, what Jose's job description is, yes, you're right. He doesn't work on. He's not a team builder, or he makes average players better and better players elite. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So he's not the right man for the job. So why prolong it and why give him 18 months to do something that he's never done before? And that's all I'm pointing out. He's the wrong man for the job.
Yeah, but,
he should be sacked.
The problem we've got now, right? The problem we've got now is this. When we had Harry Redknapp, he took us to Champions League. We had a taste of it. And the football was quite good. Berbatov, Modric, Lennon, Huddleston. The football was decent, okay?
Van der Vaart,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Then we went for a little blip. And then in came Poch. And he took that, what Redknapp has kind of elevated us to, and said, right, I'm going to take it to that. Yeah. Okay. So
what
the
Jose was supposed
reality
to do
is...
with Poch's team, yeah.
No, wait. Hold on.
He said. I'm just quoting him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He did say that. You're right. Beg your pardon.
Yeah. Sorry.
What we should have done as a club is to then take that direction, because the direction was good. The direction we were going was good.
Yeah.
Take that direction and then rebuild, like Poch said, and either Poch rebuilds it or bring in a rebuild guy. Okay. Yeah. We didn't do that. We went for a shortcut. Let's bring in a serial winner. Mentality change, blah, blah, blah. We're going to pretend to back him, but we're not really backing him because they're not all his players. They're not. So what's happened now is we're now 2 years behind where we should have been. And we were already 1 year behind because Poch was calling it year before. We're now 3 years behind the rebuild.
Yeah.
And what's happened now is we're 3 years behind the rebuild. Arsenal are improving. Chelsea are better. City are better. Liverpool are better. Everyone's now taken a step up. Leicester are up there. West Ham are now knocking. We're so far behind now that if we go through a rebuild and we bring in a rebuild manager, we're going to need such a massive effort to do that we're going to be so far behind, it's going to cause us even more damage. So in my opinion, keep Jose for now, just for now, back him with 150 to whatever, back him, let him just get us back up. then start the rebuild. In my opinion, if you start the rebuild now, bye Kane, bye Son, bye
Yeah, I
Tanguy
agree with
Ndombele,
that.
and we're going to hell.
Yeah,
we're going
I
to
do
hell.
agree with that.
I agree with you.
agree with that.
And I
Just
agree with
quickly,
Stel.
lads. Just
Yeah, sorry,
quickly,
mate,
lads.
go on.
James Watson has a super chat there, and here's a part of the deal that we do read them out.
Yeah,
He says
yeah,
Josie gets the best out of good players, but the worst of average mediocre players.
that's
And
fair enough.
this is a question for the panel.
Yeah.
Just before we let the panel answer it, everyone else follow James Watson's lead. 122 people watching at 2:10 in the morning. It's absolutely insane. So you know what I mean. Make sure you smash. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe on the channel, grab your membership for the phone-in show tomorrow, and also get your super chats in. James Watson, I'm going to take it off the screen, but we are going to answer it now because we do want to see Marcelo. So go ahead. Who wants to take that one?
Well, I was just going to get what Stel just said. I totally agree with you, mate. Jose should be entitled to a rebuild. Spot on, 100%. It should be. But in my eyes, I'd only be comfortable seeing that if I saw some form of direction, even with average players. A good manager will show his worth with any form of players, regardless of results. I'm not talking about results. I'm talking about performances. I'm talking about tactical nous. I'm talking about substitutions. And he's, in my opinion, and I could be totally wrong, I'm not a coach like yourself, but in my eyes, he has not shown me any form of confidence that this is the man to be given some money. Because believe it or not, even if he spends 150 million, 200 million, believe it or not, it might come as a shock. Not every single player is going to be a hit. Not every single player is going to be the best player in the world. There's going to be some flops out there. So is he the man that I believe has done enough for me to believe my board, a rare occasion, might give this man £200 million to make this team better? In my eyes, he just hasn't done that, mate. Like I said, my eyes, in 18 months,
Not even
with
close.
average players, he's done nothing. And the board, and I still not get away. And that's partly down to
And Bobby,
the board,
he's done the
everything.
opposite. He's made us worse.
Say, lads,
He's made us worse.
Just on
I'm sorry.
why wouldn't we give an experienced manager, who for me, probably would be able to rebuild this team? Why wouldn't we give him, say, if there was 150 million? Why wouldn't you give him the 150 million, considering he's been here for 18 months? He knows the losers in the dressing room. He knows the players that rather than give it to the likes of a Nagelsmann or someone like that, who ultimately has the best scouting department in Europe behind him.
Yeah.
I'll say this. You want to know why, David? Because in my opinion, from what I've seen these last 2 years, you cannot trust Jose Mourinho anymore. Well, in his last two jobs, not last 2 years. In his last two jobs, you can't trust Jose anymore. Jose got
to be honest with you, because he has delivered United's most successful season and period since Sir Alex Ferguson. And in fairness, look, although Pogba did come out and speak today, when have we got to a point in football? He has to remember he won 3 trophies under Mourinho. He's won absolutely nothing under Ole.
Exactly,
but Ole's fine because he's friends with him. But he hasn't won him anything.
Yeah, exactly. He's got no.
Can I ask you all a question? Can I ask everyone here a question? All right. If you look at the goals we've conceded that have led to us losing points, they've all been stupid defensive errors. Okay.
Yeah.
Jose asked for a quality centre back. Had we got in a quality centre back to partner with Toby or to partner with Rodon, and we brought in a properly decent right back, not a joke Doherty signing, that shores up the back line. Those points lost from defensive errors, do you know where it puts us? Second.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
So my question to you is,
okay,
so my question to you, Marcelo,
you can say that about any team. No.
Yeah,
Stelios,
let me finish the question.
Let me finish the
question. Right? Of course, all goals come from errors or forced errors. I agree. But this is what Jose asked for. Had we done that for Jose and those errors are now cut out, where does that leave your argument?
It leaves my argument that the guy's won 26 trophies. He's paid mega bucks, mega dollars, mega
highest
pounds,
paid manager in the league at the moment,
and he cannot
Levy's
afford.
created that price.
He can't. That price. Yeah, that's fine. But he can't afford, Stel, to continuously hide behind average players. You are paid to do a specific job, and mate, even you, myself, and I'm not a coach, but any of these guys
can't fix Sanchez or Dyer.
No, I know, but I can certainly look at a team and think, fucking hell, I could do a better job at predicting this 11, picking this 11.
We are going to
let me ask you this.
We'll let Marcello have his say, and then we're going to bring back in Will, Danny, and Brian because they have been quiet. And I want to give everybody their say.
I'm enjoying listening.
Stelios, let me ask you this, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you think this attack, do you think the midfielders that we have, do you think the players that we have, that we should have the 20th worst attack and the opposition have, the 20th worst attack and the oppositional final third, the 15th worst attack and the opposition box? Do you really think that our squad that we have should be having a worse attack in the opposition half than West Brom, Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle?
Danny, you've got that stat. You got the stat you can hold up, ain't you, Danny? I'll send it to you.
I can bring up that stat. You know what I mean? Dude,
his internet's better, Marcelo. His internet's better.
That stat is shocking. I'm sorry, but no. I look at other teams, right, and I see managers like, for example, Marcelo Bielsa. He took this team that was literally championship. No. Listen up. I'm just gonna give an example. He took a Leeds United team that was literally championship, and he got them to become a 10th place Premier League squad. That squad was nowhere near challenging for the championship, and now they're challenging for 10th place, championship to 10th place, and he is doing with almost the exact same players.
Who picked those players? Who picked those players, and how long's he been there?
Half of those players were there when he entered the club, bro.
How long's he been there? How long's he been there?
He's been there for 2 to 3 years.
3 seasons.
So let's give Jose. So let's give Jose that one more year.
Mate,
why? Jose's been here for?
No, he doesn't justify.
I'm answering the question.
Mate, okay. No. Let me ask you this. And no. Literally, in Bielsa's first season, he nearly got them to the Premier League. He got so close, but he failed, right? But you saw clear improvement. You ask any Leeds United fans, when he first entered, you saw clear improvements. His second season, which is Jose's, by the way, Jose is nearly in the second year, right? He's a year and a half now. His second year, he got them to the Premier League. His third year, he's now 10th place. You see a steady improvement with Bielsa under Leeds, and he has barely gotten back. He has barely gotten, like, that's almost the same squad he's adopted, and he turned a championship squad into a 10th place squad, mate. You cannot tell me that Jose Mourinho has come to this squad and improved us in any way, shape, or form. He's got new players. He's got new players, and we're still in the same spot, if not worse. We can't play any type of football.
They're not his players.
So whose fault is that?
Shit, but they're not shit players as well.
Hang on.
Hold on a second.
They're not shit players, are they?
Vinicius, Bergwijn, Gedson, Fernandes. They're nowhere. They shouldn't be near Tottenham.
But hang on.
You're right. Yeah.
Still, we've had this conversation before. When Jose Mourinho came into the club, he came into the club with the understanding that these players he was excited about them as a squad. He said to them, I like these players. I feel like this is
better than Manchester United.
I'm happy to work with this squad. And now, after working with the squad, he recognizes that they aren't. So how does that make sense with that argument at all?
I blame Jose. Jose's at fault for that because
cool. Yeah.
Jose completely
misread the situation. Right?
Underestimated it.
I agree.
Good shout. Fair enough.
I agree.
Just
sorry,
in terms
this team is not that bad. This team is not that bad. Jose is making this team. No. This Jose is making this team far worse. This team is not 20th and attacking opposition.
Harry Kane out of Tottenham, we're a relegation team.
Mate, this team has less. No. Stelios, stop with the nonsense. When Harry Kane was injured, no. It is nonsense because when Harry Kane was injured, listen, buddy. When Harry Kane was no. Listen, quiet it down a little bit. When Pochettino lost Harry Kane in the season when he lost Harry Kane, Dembele, Wijnaldum, lost almost all of his key players, he still worked. And in the 18 and 19 season, he still squeezed the best that he could out of those players.
And he got opportunities.
Yeah, and he had Eriksen, right? But he lost
Jose didn't want Eriksen to go.
Dembele, he lost Wijnaldum. He lost almost all of his key players. And then he got in the Champions League final with Son, Lucas Moura, Aurier and old Vertonghen and fucking Sissoko and Winks in the
And Vertonghen
midfield.
at the
mate.
back, and
You
Toby
cannot
Alderweireld
tell
at the back,
me.
and Danny Rose at left back.
Danny Rose was finished.
quickly, like,
Danny Rose was finished that season, mate. What are you
He was
on
brilliant
about?
in the Champions League. Danny Rose
Lads,
was brilliant.
lads,
in the
just
He had a
quickly.
couple brilliant games, mate. He was finished that
Vertonghen?
season, and you
Vertonghen?
know it. Vertonghen was on his
Christian
last leg.
Eriksen?
He had to play
Christian
left
Eriksen?
fucking wing back, mate.
Hello,
Eriksen,
lads.
Vertonghen?
Lads,
It.
hello.
No
Hello.
way. You
Just,
cannot tell
lads,
me Pochettino
Listen,
did not overachieve.
Someone listen
that
to
season.
Dave. Listen to Dave for a second.
Let's, it's Dave's channel.
lads,
Let's
just
listen to
quickly,
him.
I do want to bring in Will and Danny again. They have been very, very quiet there.
Do you want me to go?
For the last few minutes. So I do want to let them have their say as well. Because look, they're not like some of us stronger personalities where we will just go across people and have a say regarding.
No, I mean,
them.
Will
Will
and Danny are
Will
strong
We're gonna let them have
personalities.
their say.
Don't be
We'll
mad
start
with
with
them.
and then we'll hand it over to Danny.
No, I'm enjoying listening to this debate. I want it to continue. This is good for-
I got no
this is
problem
good for
jumping
my-
in if I got to jump in.
This is good for my mental health right now.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, look, I just thought I'd give you the chance. If you just want to sit there and listen, no problem.
I do have
Lads,
a
keep
favor
firing away.
from
No, Will's got
Marcelo.
something to say.
On the
Will's got
count of
something to say.
3, I want you to say, "I'm telling you, bro." Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm telling you, bro.
Marcelo.
All of us. Oh, Marcelo.
Everybody's supposed to say it. Come
No,
on,
no,
guys.
no. Marcelo's supposed to say, "I'm telling you, bro."
Marcelo,
Listen,
get in there, man.
bro. I'm
1,
telling you, bro.
2, 3, go.
I'm telling
telling
you,
you,
bro.
bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
No, none of you guys are Marcelo.
Hey,
Nobody's
he's lacking the enthusiasm today.
You guys
He's
are getting
lacking
on my
the
nerves.
enthusiasm.
He's frustrated
Like
like the rest
Marcelo,
of
I'm
us.
telling you, bro.
I
Lads.
can't. I don't. I just don't have the enthusiasm today.
I don't know.
Do you know one thing, right? I'll say that is positive at Tottenham right now, and do you know what? Maybe in the future we will look back and say, "Thank God for Jose." And I'm being serious.
What?
If wait,
That'll never
you're gonna like this. 1 minute.
Right,
I'm trying to feed you
I
guys.
know what he's going to come out. I know
Yeah.
how his mind works. I know what he's going to come out with. Go on, Stel.
Is it trophies or top 4?
No, it's neither.
If what is happening right now leads to major overhaul in the summer at the club and a change of direction, it will be because it got so bad now that maybe you guys will look back and say, you know what? Thank God Jose came in and finally swung it in the direction where the board said, you know what, enough, we can't be like this
Is it
no more.
more so you're saying Jose is basically shown everyone and shown the light that
How
we've actually
crap
got-
we are.
Yeah, how crap we are. How many shit players we have in our team.
Yeah.
listen,
Thanks,
he
Jose,
might-
thanks, Jose, for
Still,
pointing out how shit we are and how bad you are as a manager.
or the
And
board
ruining
don't want
Jose
this,
even more.
or the board don't want to have this happening in the club and the fan base again.
Yeah.
And maybe Jose was the trigger for change.
Yeah,
Even if he
quite
goes in the
possibly.
summer and it's the trigger for change, everyone will be happy,
Now,
right?
that I can agree with. That I completely agree with.
Just chucking it out there.
What I think this is brought. You know, we go football games. We go see them live, and 9 times out of 10, unless you go with your mates, you go there, you experience the match, you experience the passion around you, then you go home, and that's it, and you don't see it again. What we're seeing constantly now, regardless of opinions, regardless of total opposite opinions, we're seeing a bunch of people who are passionate about football, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and the passion's continuous. And like David says, if it's going to come to a point where we don't agree with the board and they don't shape up, there's a platform here, guys, where we can possibly make a change.
Something will give, man. It has to.
Can I ask you a
Exactly.
question, Stel? Stel, are you a season ticket holder?
Yeah.
Stel, you cannot
Yeah,
tell
so
me these
are you-
performances are any like fun to watch, man. Like we get.
Look, hold on, Marcelo. Let me
I never
say
said
something.
that,
Marcelo.
Hold on,
I lost my hair. I lost my hair.
Hold on. Let me say something, right? Stel, so
Yeah.
you're a season ticket holder, right?
Yeah.
Are you looking for, I've just renewed my season ticket the other day, right? So we paid a lot of money for our season. We all pay a lot of money for our season tickets, right?
Yeah.
So are you sitting here now looking at the situation, looking forward to going to watch your beloved Tottenham, our beloved club
No.
play next season?
No.
I'm not looking forward to it, mate. I'm genuinely not
piss
looking
take.
forward to it.
No, mine.
Look
No
at
one
Brian's.
is.
Look at Brian's
No
message.
one is.
What
Who's
a
looking
piss
forward
take.
to? I'm not looking forward to the next match, let alone next season.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Just on that,
You can
actually,
ask
lads, what I
this.
do want to
You
say
can
is,
ask Will. Oh, hold on a second. You can ask Will and you can ask David this. When we scored that second goal, and even Danny, when he scored that second goal, I did not even celebrate it,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
one
you
bit. I did not even flinch.
You can
I
include
could
me
not
in
give-
that, Marcelo. You can include me in that.
Yeah. I could
I
literally
celebrated Harry Kane. I
My-
celebrated Harry Kane because he's brilliant. But for Spurs, I was
That's
like,
why I celebrated it, 'cause it
we
was a
don't
good
deserve
goal.
to be in a draw with Everton in that moment. We're terrible.
I
And
did
Harry
not
Kane scores. I
celebrate
love
that
him that
goal
much.
one
I
bit.
just want to jump all over him and bark at him.
Same here. Me and you, Dave. Me and
Dave,
you
I
were
agree,
cheering
mate. I agree.
because of the quality of Harry Kane. That's why we were cheering, because
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
so fucking shit.
Exactly, Danny.
It's so absolute
It was a
shocking.
good goal.
But
Embarrassing.
he's made something out of nothing. And two faults from Everton defenders. He's put them away, and that's how
Clinical.
clinical and how good he is. That's
Yeah.
how clinical and how good he is.
And still,
And-
you got a point, mate. You got a point as well. If we didn't have Harry Kane in our
We're
team,
relegation, I'm telling you.
we'd be
I agree.
we'd be lower. But I still say,
Statistically,
mate,
100% true.
yeah,
It's
I
true,
still
man.
say that Jose should have got, in my opinion, should have been able, or should be able to get more out of this team. The blame is with the board, of course, and the players are, but he should be, in my eyes. We have a better players. We have better players, not team. We have better players than the West Ham.
15
West Ham.
million a season, right? He's getting
And-
15 million a season.
And
If
in
you
my
hire
eyes, yeah.
If you
Levy
hire
created that price. Levy created that
fine.
price.
Levy created it. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you're right. Still, you're right.
If you hire somebody and you pay them a certain amount of money, there's expectations that come along with how much you pay them.
Yeah.
If you're paying a manager that amount of money, the expectations are that you get the best out of the people that work for him, which are the players. He's not doing that across the board.
Well, as well, you could also say, Brian, that
It's
that is
not.
the same when it comes to the players. We're paying them
I
good
agree.
money.
Hey, I agree. 100%.
But the players aren't. The players don't have to hide
David,
behind the manager.
It
That's the
doesn't
thing,
take
Dave.
Yeah, exactly. It
We-
doesn't
we-
take
we-
away
We're
from
behind
that.
the last two managers. They got them sacked.
We can see the players how average they are. They don't have to hide behind them because we can physically
They have.
see.
They've
We've
hid
also
behind the
seen
last two
those
managers.
same players. We've also
No,
seen
no,
a bunch
no,
of those
I
same
know.
players get better under a different manager. Under
But all I'm
Pochettino, they
saying-
were better because of the manager,
Yeah.
which is not something Jose is doing. He's not
You were
making the
14,
players
they
better.
got
They spent their course, that squad. Poch's the Poch era began to die, and we didn't fix up the areas that needed fixing when he asked for it. And now we're paying the price. This is it. We're paying.
Still,
the
would
price
you
now.
ever?
Yeah, and Poch,
you know,
Poch
in your
said we
team,
would.
if you
Yeah.
play a game, you manage a team and they play shit and they've lost a game, would you ever turn around in public and say, "I did everything I did possible. My team is shit"? Maybe you do, but I'm just asking you: would you ever do that?
No, keep it in house.
So why is it okay for
Yeah,
the highest
exactly.
paid manager and for the manager of my football club? Why is it okay for him to do it? And it is a fact. It's a fact,
not
mate.
okay. It's not okay.
It's
Okay,
a fact. He's
shouldn't
done that.
I have a show
To
in
do
30
what?
minutes, so I'm going to take
Oh
a break.
yeah. Shit. Sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I actually
let's
just
move this
before
to
Will
Will
goes,
Channel,
lads,
right?
just before Will goes. Look, to be honest with you, I was about to end it here anyway,
Yeah,
lads, because
yeah.
look, I promised the missus I'll watch a movie with her, and what I do want to say is,
What, 3 in the morning?
everybody,
He's asleep,
you know what I
mate.
mean?
What are you going to watch? What movie are you going to watch?
They're gonna watch.
Oh,
Hunting
look, lads, you know me from the Irish Hotspur. I'm full of energy, lads. It doesn't matter what time of the night it is, lad. I've always got the energy. Everybody knows that.
David's on fire.
But what I will say is, I am going to end it here, though, lads. I want to
David's
give everybody a
Irish,
chance to plug their channel and all. And I want to say to the 119 people that are watching, I'm going to be very disappointed if there's not 119 in Will Stewart's channel on Will Stewart THFC rants 3 o'clock, where this will probably continue. And to be
30
honest with you, I want to see all you guys over there too. You know I won't be because I'm going to be busy. It's movie night for me. You know what I mean? I'm already going to get a few daggers. But lads, Marcelo, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you if people like what you have to say, if they want you to come on. Lads.
No, I can't. I just don't have the enthusiasm today.
No worries, I'll tell them. So lads, look,
The best fucking answer ever. Everybody else just take from Marcelo there because he pretty much said it. He pretty much said
Marcelo,
it.
lads, for Marcelo, it's that
Thanks
gangster
Marcelo
25.
for like confirming how we all feel.
Marcelo,
It's that
Marcelo,
gangster 25 from Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Look,
Yeah.
you might
it
get
can
a
only
good
get better,
response.
bro. It can only get better, Marcelo. Just
Can
find
it though?
can only
Exactly.
get
No, I
better.
know.
No.
As soon-
According
as
to
soon
Will,
as
it can
that
get worse though,
dinosaur-
guys. We're Sunderland.
No. As soon as that dinosaur is out, as soon as we start actually playing football again, yes, it will get better. As soon as I actually wake up and I see if we can actually string some passes together and there's some movement and players actually care, yes, it will get better. But as soon as that just get him out, bro. I'm done with this football. I'm done with this zero tactics, zero style. It's Russian roulette day, bro. One day Eric Dyer plays, the next week it's gonna be Sanchez. Next week you're gonna see David Harris as the number 10. You know what I mean? Like
You want me number 10, lad? You want me number 10? I'm the next Harry Kane, lad. I'm the Irish Harry Kane.
I'm done with this. Sit back, relax, just vibes. No style. Whatever, bro. Like expression says, next Netflix and chill stadium, bro. Just grab the popcorn. Just lose matches. I'm done with all of it. I want us to go play. I want us to play football. I want us to go try to win games, not try to go for 2-2s. Jose out. Get him out.
Marcelo, that's spot on. I just want to throw in there because Marcelo speaks. I've watched you guys channel quite a bit, and I often disagree with Marcelo, and he pisses me off all the time. I'm just like, fucking Marcelo. But what you just said, mate, 100% spot on. Thank you for that.
Absolutely love it. But look, what you're speaking, Brian, you may as well. You and Stelios, give your channel a plug.
Yeah, Tottenham Away. We do a bunch of different shows. We did the two Brians earlier tonight. Unfortunately, it clashed with what everybody else was doing because that's the inevitability of a post-game show. But check us out. We got I think Stell and Shire doing the double tomorrow, and they're gonna talk about what they do is really great because they're talking about from a coach's perspective, and Stell and Shire have a different perspective that other people don't. Check us out, Tottenham Away. It's brilliant. Looking forward to getting more people on, and Will's been on, Bobby was on earlier, and Marcelo, we need to get you on, right, man? I want to debate you about shit because you're always like fire, but good stuff. Yeah,
no, 100%. Jason Bell says here, cheers lads, great show, big up Jason. Everyone else, if you have enjoyed it, but do stick around. I'm letting everyone plug the channel, then I have a message for the whole fan base. Well, if you have enjoyed it, get your super chats in just to show the appreciation, just like Jason has, and the other super chatters throughout the stream. Bobby, let's go. Give your channel a plug.
Yeah, Bob Spur TV, pretty new to the whole YouTube. You wouldn't think it,
Bobby.
My opinions, but yeah.
Good
Sorry,
shit.
someone said something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I just do. Believe it or not, it is a positive channel. It's not always doom and gloom, but. Yeah, just enjoying life, taking my blessings, a bit of fighting fit, making most of every day, and being a Spurs fan is exciting. I've got my 6-year-old son who's going to be the next centre back for Tottenham probably next week.
Yeah, look, don't let him watch any clips of Moon Boots anyway. You know what I mean? That's for sure. Will, now it's time for you to plug. By the way, actually, lads, with Tottenham Away and Bob Spur TV, two brilliant channels. I've also had the pleasure of being on both. So, lads, make sure you get over and show them the same love you do to me. But, Will, you're the man that's going to be taking it away in about 28 minutes' time. So give yourself a plug and, just talk away.
Yeah, man. So, we're going live in another 30 minutes or so. We're going to be ranting till who knows how long. It's free and open for everybody to come in and say and do whatever. So, if you want to do that, make sure that you come and subscribe and watch the show and, have that great time. But
listen to Will's soothing voice because
what we've got going on tonight is just to talk about the match again tonight and Daniel Levy.
So smooth, so soothing, Will. You're so soothing.
Got a bit of man smell.
Am I showing my age if I mention a show called The Midnight Caller?
Yes.
Okay, forget it.
I'm sorry, I had to mute you because I was hearing an echo. So,
Will Stewart, you remind me of a show I used to watch as a kid called The Midnight Caller. It was this late night radio show. And it was a whole series on it. You sound just like the Midnight Caller. People would call in with their problems to the Midnight Caller.
That's me. I'm the Conan O'Brien of the Spurs channel.
It's all about the microphone, mate. That's all about the microphone.
That's all
Will Stewart and Brian Island really have got a voice for like this.
Gotta understand how to use it.
You move the mic away from Will. He sounds like a 6-year-old girl.
Well, look, lads, we are going to let Danny.
When I really talk in my real voice, it sounds like this.
Yeah.
And look, that soundboard, it's more of what you can be expecting when you tune into Will. But Danny, let us know where we can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on my Twitter account at Danny Kiriakou. We've got a channel that we're going to get going in the next few months. So it's going to be a bit of a generalization of football, and we're going to do different topics on different leagues. And we're going to have a comedic sort of debates and stuff like that from a lot of delusional fans. So we've got a lot of Arsenal delusional fans actually.
You're in
so,
the right place, Danny. You're in the
Oh,
right
this is it. Well, when you watch some of the other guys, they're absolute
Welcome
stupid
home.
idiots. So yeah, they'll give you a bit of humour, a bit of fun. So
Cool, Bob.
just look out for that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Uncle
And
B.
look, lads, before we do go, I just want to say to the whole fan base, look, I know this season has been extremely disappointing. It's been extremely upsetting. It's been extremely divisive. But what I want to ask for is, between now and the Southampton game, get out everything we want to say. Get it all off our chest. There's plenty of Tottenham channels to be tuning into. Get in, have your say, get it off your chest. But come Friday until Sunday,
Cup
I
final.
want the whole Spurs fan base to unite and get behind this team for one cup final.
Spot.
That's all I
Trophy.
ask of everybody.
I
One
feel
cup
that, mate.
final.
I feel that.
We, Cup fans, we deserve this day out more than anybody. And with all the shit that we've had to endure, I couldn't give a shit if it's League Cup. I want it. I want that trophy. I couldn't give a shit.
Yep.
And for me, you know what I mean? I just want us to unite and give our team the best possible chance. We have enough media speculation with Sky Sports and everything else, what they do to this club. We have enough of that negative shit. It's up to us fans to create a positive atmosphere for this cup final and try and sing our team and our boys to victory. I just ask for 3 whole days of just getting behind the team and uniting as one. Just 3. After that, we can go back and, moon boots, everything else. It can all come back out.
Yeah.
But just for that cup final, that's the message I want to send out to everybody. If anyone has anything else to add on that, feel free.
Get in there, David. That's positive. Fantastic stuff, man.
It's like a presidential speech. David for president.
Just
Clipping.
fantastic stuff. Love it.
No, look, I just think it's important because, especially for us fans, with the shit we've had to endure, you know what I mean? Let's just enjoy this. It's one game where we can take our mind off everything else and just try and enjoy the game. But look, we are going to end it there because we are kind of eating into Will's setup time. So look, I want to say a big thank you to the Harris Army and everyone else for tuning in. I want to say a massive thank you to all the subscribers. I want to say a massive thank you for everyone's support on We Are Tottenham for the pre-match pump-up. I want to say a massive thank you to the panel for joining us tonight, lads. It's 20-3. We've had, at peak time there tonight, over 130 watching, nearly carrying over 100 on stream. It's been absolutely insane. It shows the power of the Irish Hotspur. I firmly believe now we can go at any time and we're going to get the views. But look, come on, you Spurs. They roll on the next game and let's try for something positive. And like I said, get off to Will Stewart THFC rants now. He's going live in 20 and he's going to take you right through to the morning. Let's go. Come on, you Spurs.
Cheers.